Presence is a horror supernatural thriller film directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Coep. This one apparently did a lot of, they tried to have a really interesting marketing sway with this by trying to say like this movie's shocking, this movie was like making people scream in the theater. They definitely were pushing hard on the marketing aspect of this movie. The unique sort of gimmick of this film is that the entire movie is done from the perspective of a presence in a house. So that's how the film opens. And then the house gets bought by a family who's going through some stuff. There's Chris, the father. He's kind of a soft-spoken sort of family man. And then his wife, Rebecca, she wears the pants in the family. She immediately wants to buy the house. She won't take no for an answer. Then she's got her oldest son, Ty. He's like a swimming champion, so he's going to be, you know, doing great things. And then there's Chloe. She's going through an emotional time with the death of her friend. So the presence essentially is able to make contact with Chloe a little bit, and then eventually the family, and they try to figure out what's the purpose of the presence, who the presence is, and then they sort of introduce another plot line later. This movie is marred by a really bad editing choice. Essentially, whenever there's a cut to another scene or time skip, the movie fades to black for 3 seconds, and it's really bad because, you know, when they jump from one scene to the next, sometimes it's a different day or night. You don't need to do the fade to black, but it's just so jarring because it's like someone coming in and turning off the movie and then turning it back on. And this happens like 50 times during the movie, so whenever you're in the middle of a sequence, they won't let you go on. It's fade to black, fade to black, fade to black, like every like 2 to 3 minutes, and it gets really annoying. It kind of marred the film for me a little bit. I, was really into it. I like the acting. I like the cool camera work. There's an interesting plot line near the end and the twist, sort of. The movie's a little bit rushed. It's also really short. This can basically be described as the next evolution of found footage because it's a unique thing. Kind of reminded me of the movie Here, the movie where the entire film is done from one camera angle in a house, and you're jumping back and forth between time periods of different owners of the house. That one was more expensive because they had like deep fake technology trying to make Tom Hanks look 20 and having like dinosaurs and all sorts of crazy time periods in there. It's based off of a comic book, but this one's different because it takes place in one house and follows people. I felt the characterization was good enough, but could have used a little bit more beefing up in terms of story, and it felt a little thin. It was like one of those one-timer movies where you enjoy it once, you don't really get anything by watching it again, but it's enjoyable for what it is. Because of that stupid editing technique, though, of cutting to black all the time, it lowers my score. So I'm going to give Presence a 6 out of 10.